I told a close family friend that her husband cheated on her 4 years ago. So my mom's best friend Rachel has been like family to us forever. She babysat me when I was little, came to every birthday party, and our families did holidays together. Rachel married this guy Kevin about 8 years ago, and honestly, I never really liked him. He was just one of those guys who talked too loud and always had to be the center of attention. 4 years ago, I was working at this sports bar downtown during college. It was a Friday night, pretty busy, and I'm wiping down tables when I see Kevin walk in, but he wasn't alone. He had his arm around some blonde woman who definitely wasn't Rachel. They sat in a corner booth, and I watched them for like 20 minutes. This guy was all over her, holding her hand, kissing her, the whole thing. I was frozen. Like, what do you even do in that situation? I kept thinking maybe there was some explanation, but nah, this was clearly not just friends. They ordered drinks, shared an appetizer, and he kept whispering stuff in her ear that made her laugh. It was gross. I took a picture with my phone from across the room. Wasn't thinking clearly, just felt like I needed proof or something. They left after about an hour, and Kevin kissed her goodbye in the parking lot right under a streetlight where anyone could see. I went home that night and just sat on my bed staring at the photo. Rachel was like a second mom to me. She deserved to know, right? But then I started thinking about how messy it would get. What if she didn't believe me? What if it ruined our family's friendship? What if Kevin somehow found out I was the one who told? So I chickened out. I convinced myself that maybe it was a one-time thing, that maybe he'd come to his senses and stop. I deleted the photo and tried to forget about it, but every time I saw Rachel after that, it ate at me. She'd talk about Kevin like he was this amazing husband, planning their future together, how they were trying to have kids. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there knowing what I saw, feeling like a total fraud. The worst part was family dinners. Kevin would sit there acting all lovey-dovey with Rachel, and I wanted to throw up. He'd make these jokes about how lucky he was to have her, and she'd just beam at him. I started avoiding their house, making excuses not to come to gatherings. My mom noticed and kept asking what was wrong. I almost told her a few times, but I knew she'd go straight to Rachel, and I wasn't ready for that explosion. Then last month, Rachel came over crying. Turns out Kevin had been acting weird lately, coming home late, being secretive with his phone. She found some receipts for restaurants she'd never been to and started putting pieces together. She asked me if I'd ever noticed anything strange about him. That's when I broke. I couldn't look at her sitting there so hurt and confused when I'd known the truth for 4 years. I told her everything. About seeing him at the bar, about the other woman, about how I'd been carrying this secret around like a weight. She didn't say anything for like 5 minutes, just sat there processing. Then she asked me why I waited so long to tell her. I explained how scared I was, how I kept hoping it would just go away, how I didn't want to be the one to blow up her marriage. She nodded and said she understood, but I could tell she was hurt that I'd kept it from her. She asked if I had any other details, and I told her about the blonde woman, the restaurant, the time frame. Turns out she'd been suspicious for years, but never had concrete proof. She said there were little things that never added up. Nights he claimed to be working late, but his office was dark when she drove by. Phone calls he'd take in the other room. My information gave her the timeline she needed to start digging deeper. Within a week, she'd hired a private investigator and found out Kevin had been seeing multiple women over the past few years. Not just the blonde from the bar, but at least 2 others she could prove. She confronted him with everything, and he didn't even try to deny it, just packed his stuff and moved out. Rachel's been staying with us while she figures out the divorce stuff.